Hello, everyone. Greg Michlig here, President and CEO at CUInsight.com. And on this episode of Three Questions, it's a pleasure to welcome a former boss of mine, Chuck Fagan, President and CEO at Velera. Chuck, thanks for being here.
Greg, it's my pleasure, absolutely. And congratulations to you. I think, 90-day mark kind of thing, and couldn't have been a more perfect fit for one of our very important partners at CUInsight for you to get to lead that organization.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Chuck. And I'm sure everyone's really eager to hear about the valuable insights you have to share today. So with that, let's get to the three questions.
Perfect.
All right. So 2024 was an exciting year for you as PSCU and Co-op Solutions combined and then rebranded as Velera, which I understand to mean velocity for a new era. As you look back over the first year, what are some of the key accomplishments Velera has achieved already as a combined organization?
Yeah, so you're absolutely right. The combination actually happened on January 1st. So we had a full 12-month run here for 2024. And I think it was a significant accomplishment, Greg, not only for the industry, because two incredible industry assets that, I think being independent were successful, but I don't think long-term, given the scale required to be in the payments area that we're in, just with the consolidation that's happened over the past few years, neither was positioned for, kind of guaranteed success long-term. So coming together was a big first step. And during 2024, we really took our time to build the organization and get the culture started in that right direction. So we took about 9 months to really go level by level. So they would call it into, which would be my direct reports, and all the way down. And we had a great selection of talent to be able to choose from. And there are duplications. This is one of those combinations where the duplicity meant that some people were going to be part of the team, and we unfortunately had to have some conversations where people were going to be very well taken care of, but hopefully they have surfaced in other areas of the industry. But getting past that has now shifted us into kind of that product combination and the technology combination. So board came together, staff came together, and now we're focused on technology and products.
Yeah, and just knowing some of the members of the team, both from the legacy PSCU and Co-op Solutions team, as you said, a great pool to be able to choose from, and your team that I know is fantastic. So, on that note, just kind of looking ahead at some of the key strategic areas of focus that you may have, what can the industry expect to see from Velera in the coming year or years to help foster long-term success for credit unions?
Yeah, so I start at that product and technology level. You had, in some cases, Co-op may have been ahead on technology, and PSCU may have been ahead in other areas. If you just combine and slam things together, you kind of go to the lowest denominator. So in certain pockets, we had to raise the level of technology to get kind of to parity, then combine. So the way I've instructed and asked our product teams is that as you look at like solutions, we had many like solutions, and the product sets number over 200, and we're going to get down to like 80 to 90. And what that means is I want everything to be an upgrade. I don't want it to be, hey, it looks like, this solution from PSCU or this solution from Co-op is better, and we're going to force everyone to convert from the product they were on over to that one. And, that creates pain and, stuff that the credit unions aren't asking for. So as we put these products together, it's with the intent to be an upgrade. And that would be for the members, and that would be for the credit union staff. So as we go through that, we've chosen like the 9 products that are used by almost every credit union. So we focus there, and we've taken a step that I think would be unusual for a public company or others to take. We've recruited 10 co-op credit unions, 10 legacy, and you were using internal language there, LC and LP, 10 legacy PSCU clients, and we've had them advise our product team. Hey, this is what we like. This is what we don't like. This is what a day in the life is like. And I think by taking that approach, we can succeed on that upgrade note. So that's going to be a bulk of this year, is getting the tool set right to not only enable a better member experience, but a better credit union staff experience with us.
Yeah, the best in class as opposed to just picking and choosing what may have been there before. That's sounds like a great approach, and obviously leading you into a very positive direction and strategic direction as you go forward.
Yep.
Um, Obviously, consolidation is a big thing in the industry. This is one example of it. And, I just wonder what are some of the key learnings that you have and can maybe share with credit unions who are going through their own combinations or consolidations?
Yeah, I think that's an incredible question, Greg, and you could hit it from so many different directions. But what I've been in the industry. We had an opportunity to work together. I worked at a credit union right out of college, and you hear over the years that collaboration is one of the assets that the credit union industry has. That, when used effectively, is one of the most powerful things in lobbying efforts and going after contract terms and pricing from partners, all of that. And I don't know that there's much better example of collaboration than Velera. So when you look at the payments landscape, the fourth largest issuer in the US is Velera. So you combine thousands of credit unions, and you get 97 million or so accounts on file. You get 17 billion transactions running. That makes you a significant player in the worlds of the processing partners, Visa, MasterCard, plastics manufacturers, and you can go down the list. So as we looked at the two organizations, there definitely was a synergy target, because every dollar we spend is a credit union member dollar. So that's part of my responsibility, is making sure we make the wisest use of those dollars and do it in a way that is going to support credit union growth, credit union relevancy, and a deepening of the member experience with their member. And, we're a year in. I told the board 2 to 3 years to get this all the way right with culture and everything. And, we're getting towards that 50-yard line. So I think it's on pace. We haven't been perfect, but we're learning from those areas, and the industry is supporting us incredibly well.
I mean, those accomplishments are tremendous. And as a CUSO, being part of the industry, and you just spoke all of the language of the industry, right? When it comes to collaboration and working on behalf of the membership and spending on behalf of credit unions in a thoughtful way, it's really a point of pride, I would say, for the industry to be at that number 4 in terms of the volume that you produce. And yeah, it's tremendous, and I appreciate all the support that you give to CUInsight and work with us, and the friendship that we've had over the years too.
For
Is
sure.
I appreciate you being here today, and just wondering if you have any final thoughts for our audience or anything that you'd like to ask of our viewers today.
Yeah, I think if you put all the solutions together, whether that be shared branching, ATM network, or any of the other processing solutions, we touch 90 or so percent of the credit unions in the US. So a big responsibility for our organization. It's one our boards paying particular attention to. And, we want to be the best partner to the industry that we can possibly be. Some of that's going to be financial. I get it. Some of that's going to be our expertise supporting, whether that's supporting America's credit unions or organizations representing us in the state level, the national level. So we have a responsibility to play out as we bring these two together. It was a big step for the boards to take in coming together, and I kind of had this vision of what we can do, and we're working hard to deliver on it. But um, you know, feedback is a valuable thing. So as you see stuff, Greg, as the industry sees stuff that can make us a better company, I'd love to hear about it. We'll be at GAC, obviously, in full force, and we have our client conference coming up in early April, and those are really good barometers of how things are going. I am a leader who focuses really on our employees being our greatest asset. Hopefully you felt that when we worked together, and I think that's playing well. That we have over 5,000 employees here in Velera, and we are an extension of the credit union, and we do our best when dealing with members, and we know the trust that's placed in us to work with the member is that we need to do it in a way the member never knows us, that we exist. So if we do that well, that means the member thinks we're an extension of the credit union, and that's a win. So we're working hard to do that.
That's great. And this is just an add-in. I happened to see your award for being one of the top places to work in the nation, which speaks to much of what you just said too. So congratulations on that as well.
Thank you very much.
And thank you, Chuck. Again, it's been a pleasure to connect with you today. And thank you so much for joining us. And I just want to say a final thank you to all who tuned in for this 3 questions video. And we'll see you next time.